To close this, we're going to move to a different topic. Music. You, and it came as a surprise, you were a great singer as well. And it doesn't come lightly from me in the sense that, I've trained with vocalists up down the country and seen from rock to classical, and mashallah, you are a vocalist, Sultan plays the drums, and
Ulumi plays strings.
Yes, Ulumi is a great guitarist, bassist, that plays the rabab as well. So where does that come from, and how does that fit into the whole?
I'm going to say certain things and I might sound fascist, but I don't give a shit. It comes from where we come from. It comes from Hunza. It comes from having that Hunzai blood in you. And you're going to see Russians being proud of, like, oh, we are the Russians, and the Chechens being proud. You guys haven't seen the people from Gilgit-Baltistan. Trust me. We have yet to appear on the map. And then the day we do, we're going to fuck shit up for everyone. We're going to, it's seriously. But back, we're I don't know, 12, 13 generation Mongolians or Greeks. That's what it is. And we're mountain people. And the tradition has been to simplify it down. It's just been our forefathers used to go and loot the Silk Route, the old Silk Route. They would loot it, and they were badasses. Limited weaponry, but just like freaks of nature, and then just go and bring each and everything and drop it in front of the Mir or the ruler of Hunza, right? And then they tried to change the routes, and they tried to the Chinese government back then, they would, or the Chinese king, not the government back then, they would try to, they made this special force to deal with our guys. Jackie Chan has a movie on it as well, where they're showing, and I think they show a twisted version of they're protecting the Silk Route, and Jackie Chan shows how they kicked their ass. Well, bullshit, Jackie Chan, we kicked your ass. We were beating the shit out of Chinese and then wiping the floor with them every day, looting them, and taking stuff, and we're doing all of that stuff. But back then the culture was just we're up in the mountains. If you've seen Hunza, there's not much agriculture, right? So it was just dancing, singing, partying, basically, hard work, working in the mountains, and then fighting. That's exactly why the British couldn't conquer us, and then they had to come. They couldn't. But the way we handled them was. They tried to, the typical divide and rule thing. Across the river was the state of Nagar. Yeah. They tried to get them on their side, and we went to them. Our forefathers look, are you guys really going to, believe those? They've conquered the whole frickin' subcontinent. Are you guys going to be with those? And then the people of Nagar, the state of Nagar, the ruler of Nagar, he misguided the British forces that came, and then we had our folks hiding in the caves in the mountains and everything, and then. When they actually there was no way of going back when the whole thing was on the mountain on the road, people started appearing from the caves, and they would just grab as many as they could, and they just started jumping off the mountains. I've never been scared to die. And then there was what the fuck's happening? Where are these people coming from? Before they could gather their senses, okay, mountain stones, these big stones started rolling down the mountain because they're on the. We had only 2 or 3 rifles with 11 bullets. That's everyone's eye knows that. Music was a big part of our culture. That was just our way of doing our catharsis, expressing ourselves. Because living in that environment, it's just so spiritual that you do that. And at the same time, the way people have been Islamized or people were converted was through music, was through qasidah. So we have strong connections in Central Asia. Because I speak Wahi, it's an offshoot of I don't know, some people say it's an offshoot of Farsi, basically, right? It's an offshoot of Farsi, and then the other language, I'm bilingual, so my mother speaks Brusheski. Brusheski is a prehistoric language, right? So in both, they're rich in music, it's rich in culture. Rubab and Daf have been an integral part of our system, our religious system, our daily lives, and it's you're never going to see any Hunzai who doesn't like music, who doesn't like to dance. That's where it comes from, and so I guess it's a bit odd for people to see me with this face and screaming at people or punching someone in the face or choking someone out, or especially with Ulumi and Sultan. I'm the weakest of them all, So I'm not very intimidating, but those two guys are, and then all of a sudden they go ding 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 ding, and then you're playing, they're like, what? It's a bit it's a whole shift. It's very difficult for people to see that side of ours, and it was very actually difficult initially when we started this whole thing, and we started sort of getting a bit popular on the local scene for MMA, for our work in MMA. People, our friends were like, "Oh, guys, you guys like you cannot sing like this, or you cannot party like this in front of people. You guys like martial arts." Like, yes, we're martial artists, but we're Hunzais first, man. We're never gonna give up on our heritage. It's that's the way we've been brought up. That's music. After MMA it's something that's our prism. The way through music we look at the world, and no matter what happens, no matter what anybody says, it's always gonna stick with us.